Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to VidaneTV. Took a little bit of off time there to get some things sorted out. Speed Weeks was happening, lots of moving parts in the go last week, but we are back and ready to do a little bit of iRacing action here to kick things off for the week. Taking a look right now at the qualifying order. Canton Woolridge points leader going to start on P1. Corey Hall easy enough for me to say, going to roll off P2. Ryan Messer, Roger Down, and Craig Tully going to round out the top five there as we see the starting lineup go across your screen there. Been a little bit of time since these drivers have gotten to race side by side once amongst each other. They did a little practice race last week, which was a lot of fun to kind of watch from the sidelines. I was on the road last week, so wasn't quite able to get everything broadcasted up easy enough for me to see here at the Bullring. 125 laps on the docket here tonight, and the EasyKleen Super Late Model Series getting close to crowning ourselves a champion here in just a couple of weeks' time on VidaneTV. 21 drivers taking the green flag here as the sun sets here in Vegas at the Bullring. Green flag flies. Ken Woolridge gets a good start there initially down on the bottom side. You can see trying to drift up the racetrack in front of Corey Hall, but not quite able to get there. There you see he's going to be able to take that pass. Ryan Metz going to drop back into second, or move up rather, into that second position. Corey Hall going to drop back. Craig Tully, Roger down the top five, but they're side by side back here for that fifth position. Travis Roma down on the bottom side of the 38 car as Travis Trupel and Dave Cassidy appear to have found themselves a little bit crossed up here early on. We'll take a look at the U-House Racing Designs instant replay. We'll take a peek here at the 13 car, see if we can take a look. A little bit of contact early on, as it seems. We can take a look here at the slow motion. You can see just getting in a little too hot, getting into the back bumper of that 13 car, sending them on around and trying to get them straightened out there, but unfortunately no go there. You can see the late car sliding on back. Dylan Black going to start in the back of the pack for this one. Take the tap for sure, and no harm, no foul there. Doesn't look like anybody hit anything, so that's definitely some good news here. Showtime, Paul Strickland Jr. down here in the production trailer, pushing all of these buttons, making a little magic happen. Thank you so much for joining us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and Twitch. We are all over the internet. Be sure to give us the like, the subscribe, the share, as we try to entertain the masses here in the sim racing world, and it's always fun to kind of cross that gap between sim racing and real racing. I actually got to bump into the 56 car in real life at Citrus a couple weeks ago, a week or two ago now at Citrus County for the U.S. Legends Winter Nationals. A lot of fun to catch up with Tanton, leading the points here tonight, leading the race here so far as we are 5 laps in. Met another group of guys that were down there as well. Caden Tubbs was out in the mix, so it was really cool to kind of be able to catch up with a lot of those guys. Tim Terry's was out and about as well, so cool to cross the gap between real racing and sim racing, especially 1,400 miles away from home. Green flag flies once again, taking lap number 6. Canton Woolridge going to pull out by a car length, maybe 2, no, back to 1, as they are side by side there in for third. Great racing here at the Bullring, and you can tell that these guys have been doing their practicing here, eating their vitamins. And have been doing a great job here in practice. 14-second lap times here, as you can see they're starting to get a little spread out here up in the front 10 or so. A little side-by-side action just inside the top 10. They go to sort it out. The 35 of Roger Down going to take that position a little bit further on back. They got a little side-by-side action. One or two of these drivers trying to check things out up on the high line to see if they can make a little bit of that magic happen throughout the evening here, but you can see the front 2 have pulled away. That is first in the points and second in the points, running 1-2 in this race. Ryan Messer back by 5 points behind Canton Woolridge in the lead. They've got a little bit of a cushion back to Craig Tully, about 9 to be exact. Ashton Tucker and Noel Bougier, the top 5 drivers in the point standings as we head on into this one. And with 2 races to go after this one, the points are going to be very, very tight Speaking of tight points battles and speaking of leading the points battles, Ryan Messer also doing very, very well in the NEDI Racing series here on VidaneTV. They race here on Thursday nights, and they're back this week as well. They've got themselves a stretch to the championship. Going to be crowning a champion, I believe, the same week as we're going to here with the Super Late Model Series presented by EasyKleen. So that's going to be a lot of fun to be able to catch up on all the sights, sounds, and stories of that one as we work lap number 13 here at the Bullring. You can already see with this quarter-mile racetrack starting to deal with just a little bit of lap traffic. The 19 car there of Derek Gates, the Reg car, just a little bit. Oh, check that. That's not the 19 car. That's going to be Chris Roma. Already multiple laps down. They have missed the start to this one. As you can see, he's holding pretty tough right there in front of the leaders. Has a quick car in that 83, but got a little bit sorted out, and you can see not the best for track position. 2 laps down according to the scoring pylon there on the left-hand side of your screen, and in danger of going a 3rd lap down. And now that we've kind of gotten things sorted out, these drivers have found their rhythm. They're going to try and get to at least the halfway marker in this one, because at that point in time, you can basically get out there and you'll know that you'll have enough fuel to finish to the end. These drivers do have some tires down there on pit road. I believe it's only one set. I might be mistaken, being that this is such a short track. Those tires may be non-existent. We'll see who's going to do what as we take a peek here. There's Corey Hall just a little bit further on back from those leaders as Tanner Woolridge, Ryan Messer still running right in the tire tracks of the 83 car of Roma. You can see they're not quite gaining, not quite losing any ground there. They do have a cushion in behind the 3rd on back as well, so they know that they don't have to press the issue just yet. 19 laps in, 125 on the docket here. You can see that beautiful sunset here at the Bullring in Las Vegas. There's Travis Rome in the 38 car. He's running in the 4th position with Craig Tully and the Toco Electric number 50 rider running in the 5th position. Great run so far for the 89 car of Conrad Murphy. 7 spots up from where he qualified. John Byron right in behind him with the 57 car. Almost up to the back bumper of the 59. Going to back that white and green car up just a little bit. There's Roger Downs, a little side-by-side action for the first part here. In the second half of the top 10, Negus down the bottom side of the 55 car. Going to complete the pass there on the 2 of Ashton Tucker. Tucker goes up, gives him a little bit of a bump, and you can see that kind of shoots the 55, and Negus up towards the outside wall, but still had enough room to kind of correct and get it all sorted out. There's Nolan Bouchier. He's gained 7 spots so far here this evening. The 36 car right on the outside of the top 10. Running in 11th, there's Wade Craswell, Dylan Black. We saw the Osha 8 car involved in that very first incident. Very barely involved in that first incident. Back on lap 2. Solid recovery for him. He's back up to the 13th spot. Dave Cassidy, Jake Goodwin, and 14th and 15th. There's that 24 car. Haven't seen too much of him so far. Dropping a little bit. 5 spots backwards in the negative directions there. So side by side still up in front. Bashir going to go down on the bottom side there of Ashton Tucker. Tucker going to try and hold on to the middle groove, and you can see didn't quite drift up there as many drivers naturally would. He's going to try and hold the 36 car down on the bottom side because you can see the 36 really going to force the issue. Pardon me there a little bit. The 08 car going to dive down on in there as well. It's really hard to pass here when you don't have that little bit of room to drift up to the racetrack. So what the 2 of Tucker was trying to do there was absolutely textbook, really just trying to hold on to that middle groove to prevent any kind of traction from the 36. Back up front, you can see they're still dealing with that 83 car of Roma out front of the leader, Jansen Woolridge, by about a car length, maybe 2, depending on which end of the racetrack we are on. And that's just a testament to show you that 83 car very, very quick as he's still up in front of our leader, Jansen Woolridge, and the 56 car. And holding pretty tough there as well, 28 laps in. File there for the front 4 in this one at the Bullring. They've broken away by just a little bit. Roma and Tully have themselves about a 6, 7, almost 10 car length gap now before they're able to kind of make up any position. Conrad Murphy, you can see a little bit further on back. Conveyor belt racing here at the Bullring. Everybody knows this is a relatively long race, short, quick lap time, but 125 laps on the docket. You do have time to kind of maneuver here, and you can see Corey Hall getting a little bit antsy, wants to try and take that second spot away from Ryan Messer. sun very, very bright. Not going to have to deal with that all evening long here. Less than 100 laps to go as they cross the stripe for lap number 37. There's a great shot of the back bumper of that number 83 machine. 2 laps down is Chris Roma, but still has a very competitive car. I believe may have just missed the start early on here tonight by just a few seconds. As you can see, Tan Bullring still doing, doesn't seem like he's pushing the issue here too much. As you can see, it is going to be time to go, though. That one car, Ryan Messer, all over the back bumper of Tan Bullring. He knows that there's not really a lot of room up in front to kind of maneuver, so going to try and do everything he can to maybe get that spot taken away. Derailing that 83 car. 83 in the third position. That's going to be Travis Roma. Cody Hall in the 14 scored there in the black and blue machine in that third position. Craig Tully back in at fifth as they run 40 laps in. You can see it hasn't really changed too much here, but still single file. The 83 car still trying to hold on to that lap here, and he's trying here at this point to keep him going another lap down. He's also going to have to try and get around Mark Williams. Mark Williams is now 1 lap down, so that is going to be a tough spot for Chris Roma in for sure. Outside of the top 5 there, you can see Roger down holding on to the 5th spot, 6th spot. Check that. The number 35 car has some breathing room back to Bouchier in the 36. He's up 11 spots, running in the 7th spot. He's having a good day as well. He's +3. John Byron right in there as well in the top 10. Currently holding on to the 9th spot right in front of Dylan Black, who rounds out the top 10. You can see they got a little bit of breathing room and a little bit of a battle now in behind. Conrad Murphy in the 89 car up in that middle groove. Down the bottom side comes Ashton Tucker. Going to complete the pass. Open the door briefly there for Dave Cassidy, but Cassidy going to tuck into the tire tracks of Murphy in that 89 car for the time being. He's looking in the rearview mirror. He's got Wade Craswell starting to close that gap by a little bit. Mike Rhino starting to wake up just a little bit in that 34 car. Not quite the qualifying effort they were looking for, but a solid run nonetheless. Jake Goodwin back here with Taylor Layton and Derek Gates rounding out the 18 cars currently on the lead lap, and you can see that front three rather, really starting to tighten up behind that lap car of Chris Roma, the 83 car. They're not quite holding them up just yet, but there's going to come a point in time where Tan Bullring is really going to need that room up in front of him. He's going to need that real estate to try and hold off Ryan Messer. Messer is there. He is all over the back bumper of the 56 car, just waiting for the young Tan Bullring to make a mistake. File. This Travis Roma has some breathing room in front and behind, able to kind of test some things out just a little bit in that 38 car. He qualified just outside the top 5, holding on to it for right now in fourth. Craig Tully just a little bit further on back. You can see clean car there as well, has a lot of breathing room. The front 10 or so pretty stretched out around this racetrack. There's Bouchier in the 36 car. Biggest mover of the night, +11, running in the 7th spot. There's Davis behind him. He's up 3, Dylan Black as well, as Ashton Tucker rounding out the top 10 as they run. And it looks like that closest battle right now is, well, a little bit further on back. There you see Dave Cassidy in the 13 getting around a 57 car. Having some issues. John Byron up the track, gets back down in front of Wade Craswell in the 67. You can see it looks like, though, that car still has something amiss. It doesn't quite seem like it's handling as well as it should. And you can see dropped a couple of spots, handful of them to be exact, back into this 13th position, finding himself in the middle of this pack here. They're relatively spread out, not racing too hard, but not really backing off too much as well. And you can already see they're better than a half a lap down. There is our leader, Tant Woolridge. That's the blue car, second in line, crossing the line now in that 56 car. I believe that 56 car has led every single lap so far here this evening. Very, very quick around the Bullring, 125 laps, clicking them off like it's their jobs. 14-second lap times as we can take a peek at the last lap times. 15.16, 15.13, 15.06, 9. Less than 15 seconds there for Greg Tully, so very, very close lap times as the caution flag flies for only the second time here on lap 58. Back up to U-House Racing Designs instant replay and find out exactly what went down here on the EasyKleen Pressure Systems LTD instant replay. And may very well have been kind of a competition caution, but we will definitely review the tapes just to see if anything was amiss with any of our drivers out there on track. But it looked like the track was relatively clean, so we might have just had ourselves a quick little competition caution to kind of gather everybody back up and get some racing out there, because as we review the tapes, everything looking a-okay. A little bit of extracurricular activity there, it looks like, between Derek Gates and the 6th car. So we're going to back up to tapes. We got a little bit of time, so we're going to back up to tapes one more time just to see if there was any kind of issue there. It doesn't appear to have been. So some good news there. Just probably driving up and having a friendly hello, but as we get back to it, looks like just one driver coming down pit road of 4 pit stops under this caution flag. Negus in the 55, the lone driver coming on down, and we'll see what, drives past the pit stall. Don't know if the car's going to get jacked up there at that point. Might just be putting fuel only. Looks like indeed he is. So that's going to be interesting. I don't believe this is going to end up being a fuel mileage race, but what that might have done for Negus is it might have put a little bit of weight in the back of the car to kind of help with the handling. As you can see, you're going to have to wait for that the field to come on by. You're going to have to restart all the way back in P19. A tall road to climb here, just about halfway here at the Bullring. For the Royal Door 125, and you can bet that it is race number 5 of 7. We're going to be crowning ourselves a champion here with the Super Late Model Series here in a few weeks' time, and it's going to be live right here on VidaneTV. Really looking forward to see who's going to go home with the hardware. Tight points battle as we get down into it, and there you see why. The top 2 in points, top 2 on the track right now. Tant Woolridge down the bottom side. Brian Messer up top. Green flag flies once again. Tant Woolridge in the 56 car gets that hole shot. Slides on up in front of the 1 car. They are single file for 1, 2, 3, about 6 or 7 cars on back. And that first side-by-side battle, you bet, is going to be for the 6th spot. Golden Shear down on the bottom side. Roger Down appears to be stuck up in that middle groove as the caution flag flies once again. John Byron finding himself pointed in the wrong direction. Wide angle shot. We'll back that up here on the on the EasyKleen rather. Instant replay. A little bit of a bump ski, a little bit of 3 wide action getting on here. Focus in on that 57 car. Some contact with Murphy. Shots up from the racetrack. Gets to the side of Craswell. Bumps into the side of the 27 car, and unfortunately gets sent on around. Oh, big hit from the 9 car. That is detrimental to Mark Williams, John Byron. That may tear up both of those race cars here for the evening. It looks like everybody's still back out on the racetrack, but it's big time damage for the 9 and the 57. That is a tough break for both of those drivers. But back up front, they're still chasing Tant Woolridge. Woolridge coming down in the apron, make it pretend like he's going to come down pit road, but I think at this point, a little cat and mouse game, going to try and see if he can fake anybody out, because he has a bad fast car and everybody else is still out on the racetrack on the same set of tires. So the odds are in the 57's favor for sure. We just got to see who is going to try and take a shot at the back bumper of that 56 car. Taking another lap around the Bullring under caution just to make sure everybody is all sorted out here. Everybody is A-okay for the second half of this one. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in here, kicking your week off with us here at VidaneTV, the RBR Maritime Group, putting on their 7th season with the EasyKleen Super Late Model Series here, race number 5 of 7, and it is a tight points battle. Tanton Woolridge holding on to the lead, 5 points over Ryan Messer, and those two drivers are running 1 and 2 with this one as the lights are off. The iRacing pace car, we're going to get ready to turn them loose one more time. And it's been some great racing here at the Bullring. Really looking forward to it. Be sure to drop a like, a share, a subscribe, a follow, all that good stuff. It helps us out in a big way. It lets us know that you're watching some entertaining iRacing action, and it lets the algorithm know that other people should be watching this here as well. Pace cars down to the safety of pit road. Little bit of contact, a high five with race cars. Green flag flies on lap number 69. Nice. Trouble, the 38 car sideways. Believe tried to catch it. They are door to door, bumper to bumper, car around. That is indeed going to bring out the caution flag. Travis Roma having some issues on that start. Yellow, 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 yellow. Take a look at that back from the start here with the EasyKleen instant replay, and you can already see calamity in this one for sure. We're going to start back with, we'll take a look at it from the top of the blimp here. You can see calamity, 3-4 wide drivers are trying to get down and around, get back into their position. You can see the 38 car gathers it back up, but as the caution flag comes out, we'll back it up one more time because that did in fact start pretty up in the pack there. As you can see, we'll give it to you one more time from the blimp. There's everybody lined up 2 by 2. Now, focus in, the second car in line on the outside. There's the green flag, there's the start. Everything looks good, gets down to the lane. Oh, just gets a bump from the back, able to save it. How about that? 3 drivers coming in simultaneously, spinning, almost spinning in the 67 car, but Wade Craswell getting the short end of that stick, and it's going to show he's down on pit road getting service to that number 67. There you see him there on the front straightaway, looking like may very well just be grabbing some fuel, trying to bang on some of the sheet metal on that one. But back up front, how about this? Where those timing loops were when that caution flag came out, Ryan Messer was the leader. He's going to grab himself that bottom restart, and Tanton Woolridge is going to have to restart on the high side for the very first time here when we get to restart on about lap 50, or lap 75 rather, 50 laps to go. Pace car lights out once again, lining them up 2 by 2, getting ready to go, and to see if we can get ourselves a 50-lap green flag run to the finish. We saw the lap times earlier on. They were qualifying right around the 14-second mark. They're still running 15 seconds around this racetrack here on 75-lap old tires. There you can see that sun glare just about to be a non-issue as it sets on down. On the horizon, green flag flies. Messer with the hold shot this time by showing he's the king of the restarts. 1 to the point, 56 to second. Battle for third heating up as they are side by side, and they are diving on in to the back bumper of the Hall machine, trying to get up to that podium spot. And there you see Noel Fougere quietly, collectingly, calmly getting up to the top 5 and going to see if he can get himself a podium on the night. Calamity ensuing on behind him. That second half of the top 10 is starting to heat up, and trying to get into the top 10 is the Calamity order right now. Mike Rhino, 12 spots gained from where he qualified on the back bumper of Dylan Black, trying to move on up. Craig Tully still holding on to his top 5 spot. Noel Fougere up to 4th. Corey Hall still running in 3rd. Tanton Woolridge, Ryan Messer up in the top 3. Messer to the point, and that's exactly what he needs to do with his championship battle. Is he needs to get up there and he needs to win races. When you're battling somebody in the points that's as good and as close as Tanton Woolridge's junior driving style, you got to get him where you can here. And even with the points, with a win for Ryan Messer, I don't even know if that'll tie it up with Dan Fulmer running in that second position. But you can bet these final two races, by the time we get there, are going to be absolutely entertaining. So you want to be sure to hit that subscribe button here on VidaneTV, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or on YouTube. You'll get notified when we go live, when we get around the champion here, the Super Late Model Series here, racing at the Bullring for 125 laps, 82 of them down, and you can see we are getting down to the nitty-gritty here for the Royal Door 125. And Dan Woolridge doing everything he can to basically stay in the tire track with Ryan Messer. He's trying to do some homework here. He's learning when that one car's slower, when he's quicker, when he might be able to get a little bit of a run here. But when you're running 15 seconds around this quarter-mile racetrack, you really don't have enough time to do all that testing that you would at a regular racetrack or a track that's maybe a little bit bigger. As you can see, slipping back just a little bit, but he does have some room in behind him, a little bit of breathing room as Corey Hall drops back just a little bit. Noel Fugier, you can see, has the gap on back to him. So these front five drivers or so, they've got a little bit of room to stretch. They can try a couple of things here as we work lap 85. Dylan Black getting a little bit of a challenge now from the 34 of Mike Rhino. Ashton Tucker slowly climbing up through the top 10. Once again, there he is in the 8th spot, the 89 of Conrad Murphy. He's got a mirror full of Travis Roma and Roger Down. Roger Down trying to make his way back into the top 10, running in the 11th spot, that 13th car in behind him, Dave Cassidy, Jake Goodwin, John Byron, and Scott Negus. The top 15 as they run. Derek Gates, Taylor Late, Mark Williams, the final drivers on the lead lap here in this one. And you can see things are starting to heat up. These guys want their 10s. They want their top 5s. Getting down to the end of the season like this, and when you've got that great big goose egg in one of those stat sheet columns, you want to absolutely fight just a little bit harder for those top 10s, for those top 5s, and those wins. And there you see Roger Down able to pull away by a couple of spots and a couple of car lengths as well, moving himself in to the top 10. Jake Goodwin in the 24 car, trying to make a little magic happen there on the bottom side. He's going to get around Conrad Murphy, open up the door for the 57 car of John Byron. He's trying to get back into the top 10 after sliding back. 35 laps to go. Everybody still chasing these two. Ryan Messer up front, Dan Woolridge in second, and a little bit further on back is Corey Hall in third. Noel Fugier, Craig Tully, the top 5 as they run. Onboard shot here with our second place driver, Dan Woolridge, bright orange driver's gloves, able to see exactly what he's doing with that steering wheel, that glare that you see getting on out of turn number 2, almost down amongst the horizon there. Don't believe it's affecting these drivers as much as we think it is here in the booth. That's why they're more comfortable behind the wheel, and well, we're more comfortable behind this microphone stand. You can see though, Messer starting to pull away. 0.6 of a second is the gap on back to Dan Woolridge. You can hear just how much that driver in the 56 car, 28 car rather, is dropping back. And you can see out Ryan Messer's windshield. He's got a little lap traffic up in front of him. It looks like just one car. Not going to be that much of an issue, but if we do end up keep flicking off these lap times here with less than 35 laps to go, less than 30 laps to go here at the Bullring, lap traffic definitely could be a little bit of an issue. There you can see Corey Hall starting to reel in Dan Woolridge just a little bit for that second position, and by a little bit, we mean a lot. Great corner there for Corey Hall in the third position, closing right up all the way to the back bumper of Dan Woolridge. How about that? Save it a little bit for the end. Corey Hall now all the way up to the back bumper of the 56 of Woolridge. You can see he has to slam on the brakes there to try and hold on to it, see if we can get a little onboard shot of that Corey Hall ride. And you can see just a little bit squirrely in the back end of that car. 100 lap tires almost for all these guys in the field. So you can see there's a little bit of wiggling, and you can see out front of Ryan Messer that black and orange car up front. There is in fact some lap traffic that we're going to be dealing with 25 laps to go. The second place battle starting to heat up. There's Ryan Messer, and if we take a wide angle shot, there you see the tail end of the field we're going to catch the tail end of the field here with less than 25 laps to go, unless the caution flag comes out here. That is going to be very, very interesting to see who's going to be able to cut through this lap traffic better, especially with that battle for second heating up as much as it is there. So this is going to be interesting. There you see the one car able to get around Craswell, no problems with the 67, moves up high and out of the way. 25, check that, 24 laps to go, and Ryan Messer going to see if he can make quick work with these lap cars. One of them shooting down to the apron, A-OK, out of the way, and there it is, the tail end of the field, just like that. So Messer going to be dealing with some of these lap traffics in just a couple of laps, and you can see that blue car, Kent Woolridge, back in second. He was able to get around one car, doesn't quite seem he was able to get around the 9 as easily here. So there you see the 9 going to move on up out of the way. Tan Woolridge is going to jump down to the bottom side of the racetrack and take that. Check that. That's Craswell, the 67 car, moving up out of the way for Tan Woolridge there. Caution flag going to fly. This is going to be interesting, as it's going to tighten the whole field right on back up, and a lot of drivers are definitely thinking that they got their butts saved as they were getting ready to go a lap down. And it looks like the caution may have been for the 9 car here, down in the apron a little bit. The 08 car just kind of gets a little bit of a shove there. There you see Bubbles and the flag stand waving that yellow flag, and yeah, I don't. We'll back up the tapes here, but that almost looks a little on the force side for the 9 car. But having issues with the handling, it seems like, and may very well have rejoined the field. A little bit of damage up in the left front of the car. But 20 laps to go here, and it doesn't look like anyone has come down pit road. It doesn't look like anybody's going to chance it. There you see Roma getting one of his laps back. Chris Roma going to rejoin the field here as Travis Roma takes a peek down on pit road. Thinks better of it. He's going to stay out with the rest of the pack. So this is interesting. This is going to give these guys an opportunity to kind of clear their minds just a little bit, clear off the tires, cool them down for a couple of laps under caution. But we're going to heat things right back up. We're lined up 2 by 2. Noah Fougier trying to get his spots there on the outside line. That's going to be a good solid restart for him up there. But the king of restarts, Ryan Messer, down on the bottom side. Tant Woolridge up top. Noah Fougier, Corey Hall, and Dylan Black, the top 5 as they run. Craig Tully, Mike Rhino, Ashton Tucker, Roger Down, and Travis Roma, the top 10. Getting that restart with 18 laps to go. Messer is gone. They're side by side for second. Hall may very well squeak away with that second position, and he might be one of the drivers that we haven't seen so far here tonight try and chase down Ryan Messer. Oh, big slide for the 83 car, going to lose a whole bunch of track position, going to slow that high line down as well as they had nowhere to go. Oh, the 83 into the back sends them. That, yeah, caution flag flies. I'm not sure I agree with that one. Corey Hall backing it up once again, and man, you know, it's okay. There's a little bit of a receipt there. We'll see what happens. We'll take a look at it in live time. Tant Woolridge up on the high side. There's Corey Hall down on the bottom. They're side by side. Tant Woolridge tucks in, tries to take advantage down on the bottom side. A little bit of a tap. Sends them up the racetrack, and well, I think the receipt was about 3 times as long as he just kind of punts the 56 car up into the outside wall and ruins his night. So there you have it for Corey Hall, folks. Going to hold on to that 3rd position. We'll see what goes on there, but Ryan Messer holding on to the lead. Craig Tully now in 2nd, Corey Hall in 3rd, Ashton Tucker and Noah Fougier in the top 5. Travis Roma on the outside looking in. We got him re-racked, restacked once again. Got to get the restart with about 13 laps to go. And these drivers have shown that we've had some long green flag runs here. We've had some short green flag runs here as well, but we haven't really had too many major incidences throughout the evening here tonight. A couple of hot tempers, I would say, but man, oh man, it's wild here in the world of sim racing and real racing, and it was pretty cool to be able to cross the bridge between the two. A few weeks ago at Citrus County Speedway for the U.S. Legends Winter National, I was able to get down there and work with the Pit Road TV guys and get some of these drivers out on TV at the real racetrack. Got to meet some of the guys down in Florida, where it was probably about 50 degrees warmer than it is right now here in southern New England. It is mighty cold, and I'm not happy about it. But man, oh man, it's going to be a crazy finish here. Getting the restart, going to take one more lap to get some of the debris cleaned up here. Corey Hall in the 14 car, or the 83 car rather, coming down pit road. It's like parking down on pit road. Not sure if that's part of a penalty or if he's just coming down for fuel. Wade Craswell still down there as well. There's the big time damage on Tanton Woldridge. That's the points leader on pit road. Ryan Messer coming in second in points here tonight. Man, oh man, that's going to throw a monkey wrench into the championship. It's going to be even tighter for the final two races after this one. But there you see it. The lights are off. We're lined up 2 by 2. Once again, Ryan Messer and Craig Tully up front for the first time. They're on the outside line. Tucker, Fugier, and Black, the top 5 as they get the restart, crossing the stripe for 11 laps to go here at the Bullring. There you have it, green flag once again. King of the restarts, Ryan Messer gets that hole shot, but Craig Tully tucks right onto the back bumper. That 50 Toco electric car is there. No Fugier holding on to the third position for now, but Tucker going to tuck on down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Keep that position. Yellow flag going to fly once again with 10 laps to go, and it appears to be the 38 car, or the 08 car. Check that out. Dylan Black will take a peek at the replay. Gets a shot there from Dave Cassidy. Shoots him on around. Almost avoiding calamity. The seas tend to part, but a little bit of a clip there. You lost the front boat nose cover on the 08 car. That was a solid climb for the 08 at Dylan Black up into almost the top 5. And unfortunately getting sent on around. Going to have to try and do that climb one more time with less than 10 laps to go. 9 laps to go. We'll get the restart with 6 or 7 here once we get the racetrack cleaned up. Everybody's still chasing Ryan Messer, Craig Tully, Ashton Tucker, Noel Fugier, and Travis Roma, the top 5. Quick update on your points leader, Travis. Tanton Woldridge still down on pit road. Corey Hall back out on the racetrack, tail end of the lead lap. Just came down, got some damage repaired on that 38 car. Going to restart tail end of the lead lap here with a couple of laps to go. This is the damage on Dylan Black after that last incident. Going to come out and see what he can make Buster of with the rest of the evening here tonight. There you see Messer up front in the lead. Craig Tully, relatively clean car all the way around. Tucker running in third. Frugier, Travis Roma there as well as they get the 1 to go. They're going to line up behind the pace car 2 by 2 once again. Conrad Murphy, Mike Rhino climbing steadily through the top 10. There's Jake Goodwin, Roger Down, Derek Gates out here, Taylor Layton, Scott Negus, John Byron, Chris Roma, Mark Williams, Dylan Black back here. Talked about him a little bit. Mark Williams, Dave Cassidy, and Corey Hall rounding out 18 drivers on the lead lap still here at the Bullring. And that pretty much tells me that there's 18 drivers that can come out here and win this race. We've seen some crazy finishes here on VidaneTV, and I bet you this is going to be another one. Messer down to the bottom, Tully up on the high side. Green flag flies once again. High side sleeping just a little bit. Messer able to pull away by a couple of car lengths. We are almost 3 wide for second. Tully up on the high side. Tucker down low. Here comes Fugier in the 36 car, trying to make a little bit of magic happen as they dive on down into the corner, all using a different entry line, but utilizing and meeting in the same lane there. 5 laps to go here at the Bullring. It is a blink of an eye when you run around this place in 14 seconds, and they are all chasing Ryan Messer. Messer wants that next flag to be the white flag that he sees, because that makes this race official, and it is going to be the yellow flag up in front of that one first, because the caution flag flies once again. Appears got a couple of cars pointed in the wrong direction. We'll take a look at the EasyKleen instant replay, and there's that 3 wide we talked about. It is all the way around the racetrack, almost had it sorted out. A couple of drivers getting shot down. Oh, massive hit for Taylor Layton in that 27 car. That car may very well be done for the evening. Got to take another peek at that one. That was a massive hit there on the front straightaway. There's that free wide there as well. Almost had it sorted out. A little bit of contact and blammo. 27 car up into that fence. Going to come down pit road and see if there's anything they can do to try and get that 27 car back out there. But there you see the damage. That car's a bit catawampus. So we will see what happens. Going to line us up for a green-white checkered, though. Messer's still down on the bottom side. Craig Tully going to restart from the high side. Light still on in the iRacing pace car, but we are waiting to see if we're going to get that one lap to go here at this one. Lights off on top of the iRacing pace car for what could be the very final time here at the Bullring. Gonna get that green-white checkered attempt. Numero uno. Messer down on the bottom side. Tuller up on the high side. Tucker, Fougier, and Roma, the top five as they run. Points leader Tant Woolridge currently scored P20 out of this one due to an incident with Corey Hall. That's going to tighten up the points in a big way. Messer just needs this one over and done with. Green flag flying once again. Tully tucks in single file, two wide for third. Tucker going to try and take that spot. Fougier going to try and hold on. He's going to open the door, though, for Travis Roma to slip on in. White flag, a white flag. This race is not official. We did not get the white flag just yet. We got the caution flag before they were able to cross. And we'll take a peek at it once again to take a look to see at whom was involved. And there you see the 19 and the 08 car both pointed in the wrong direction. So we'll back that tape up one more time, and we'll take a look from the blimp view. You can see everything looking a-okay. A little side-by-side, a little almost three-wide action. The 08 car tries to tuck it in three-wide. Not quite enough room. A little bit of a bumpski there to the 19 car, and calamity ensues. 9 car getting a piece of the action as well. That 9 car is a lot of damage for Mark Williams on the front of that car, but still chugging towards the front, trying to get up there. But gonna line them up once again. Try ourselves another green-white checker. Messer up front, Tully in second, Tucker in third, Roman and Fougier the top five. See it lined up 2 by 2 once again. The eye lights are off in the iRacing pace car. Messer, Tully, Ashton, Tucker, Roma, and Fougier the top five as they run. Down is up in the mix as well. Rhino, Murphy, Goodwin, and Roma the top 10 as we take it down nice and slow to the green flag. And there you see a couple of drivers trying to guess, not quite there. Some tires spinning from second and third on back. That's going to go all the way through the field like a slinky effect. We get out of 1 and 2. Messer able to pull away. Tully down in second, and there you see the calamity in behind for outside of that top 5. White flag this time by the next flag makes this race official. Ryan Messer down the back straightaway for the final time in 3 and 4. Does Tully have enough to get there in time? He's able to close the gap by just a little bit, but not enough to make it worth his while. Messer comes home with the checkered flag. Craig Tully in second, and Ashton Tucker going to come home in the third spot. Noel Fougier, Travis Roma, the top 5. Taking a look at the finishing order there on your screen. Mike Rhino, Conrad Murphy, Roger Down, Jake Goodwin, and John Byron going to round out the top 10. There you see Chris Roma, Dave Cassidy, Scott Negus, Mark Williams, and Derek Gates there, the top 15. Dylan Black, Wade Craswell, the final drivers on the lead lap. Corey Hall, after that incident earlier on, going to finish in 18th. Taylor Layton finishing in 19th. Points leader coming into the night. Tanton Woldridge being scored with P20, and Travis Turple rounding out the field there in 21st. Let's talk to some of these drivers here tonight, the top 3 to be exact, and we'll see if we can catch up with Ryan Messer here tonight. Tonight's winner here at the Bullring, and it's always fun to do here on live TV. But we'll see if we can get hooked up with him, and we'll watch some of the slow motion finishes here tonight. But another W here tonight, and a fantastic points run. Here for Ryan Messer. With Tanton having some issues here early on in this one, it's got to feel good to get those points and the win here tonight, Ryan.
Yeah, definitely. That was going to be a really close finish there at the end with Tanton and Corey, and then I'm not really sure what happened. I just seen cars going up the hill and into the fence, it looked like, so that definitely sucked for him. Definitely would hurt his points, which is good for me, I guess, but you don't like to see that kind of stuff happen. So it'll still be real tight, I'm sure, for the last couple of races. But no, we had tried to save as much as I could at the start, and kind of been learning with these super late models on here. The more you save at the start, the better the car will kind of maintain throughout. Like if you're hard on it in the first 20, then you're going to be in trouble. So kind of bit myself a little bit for a few races, and then been trying to get it figured out. So tonight was definitely a good step towards that. So we'll definitely take it.
Leaving tonight as the points leader here in the RBR Maritime Super Late Model Series presented by EasyKleen, and up there in the points battle as well on the Thursday night, the NEP Series as well. What's it going to take to get the 2 for back-to-back championships in the same series on the same network?
Just a little bit of luck and just try to stay consistent. Been able to do that fairly good on here, so hopefully we can keep the ball rolling, and we'll have to start at the back there next week. So that might be a little bit of a challenge, but hopefully we can get her done.
Going to be a blast to watch for sure. Who's out there watching, Ryan? Who gets you to and from the virtual racetrack?
I'm sure, just as always, my family and friends are probably watching on the broadcast, which thank you to you guys for always putting that on. Brent and Craig and the RBR guys for putting this little series on. It's been a lot of fun to be able to compete with a lot of the same guys on the real Super Late Model series, and then a lot of the sim racers. It's been a pretty good mix, and it's been a lot of fun.
Always good to bridge that gap between sim racing and real racing, especially when you're good at it on both sides of it. Ryan Messer coming home with another W here on Monday nights here on VidaneTV. We're going to slide on down pit road just a little bit. We're going to talk to the big boss man, Craig Tully, coming home with a solid finish, coming home P2. Craig, talk to us, man. That car seemed to be on point here tonight.
Yeah, I didn't know really what to expect. Early on, I was dropping back, trying to save. I was chatting with Travis and Chris, and Chris was kind of doing the setting the pace, but he was a lap down with a car pit strategy there or something, trying to get fuel. But yeah, I thought I had a decent amount of car near the end. Got kind of lucky with a couple of the cars getting out. They were definitely going to be front runners, so I was probably a 5th place car, but got lucky and might have been able to give Ryan a little bit of a battle if we had a few laps, but it was fun.
Yeah, putting on a show for sure here at the Bullring, and 2 races left to go in this championship. What do we got planned? Are we going to get ourselves a couple of checkered flags?
Got to get up there, man. Got to get up there. I got a heck of a lot of force this year, but I've been consistent. I think my worst finish was 5th, so that's good for me. I think last season I was in the 20s, just getting wrecked. So I'm qualifying better, starting up front a little bit better, running a little bit more consistent. Might have got a few upgrades on my computer. I can't say them because that's the secret, I guess. But yeah, no, it's fun running with these guys up front. They're fairly clean, and it's always a good time.
Absolutely. And who's out there watching, Craig? Who gets you to and from the virtual racetrack?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank you guys for putting the broadcast on. The sponsor was Royal Door. I'd like to thank them. Brent for dealing with all the shenanigans. The RBR guys. It's always fun to come on Discord, and it's always fun to watch the broadcast afterwards. And yeah, have a pop.
A pop or two, sometimes three, depending on the evening.
I already opened mine, so I didn't get to do my classic like pop the top thing, but oh well.
There's always
Next
next
time.
week.
Next
There's always next time for sure. Greg Tully going to come home in second place. And last but not least, Ashton Tucker, solid qualifying run up in the top 10, finished in third. Talk to us, Ashton. What was it like climbing through the field?
It wasn't a bad race. I didn't feel like I was a real good guard, and like to be honest, kind of screwed up my qualifying and ran in the back half of the field for the first bit of the race, and I don't know, just survived and managed to get a good finish out of it.
2 races to left to go here in the season. What have we got What have we got to look forward to? Easy enough for me to say.
I don't know, just try to get good finishes in the next 2 races, and they'll be the key, and we'll see how it goes, I guess, but hopefully just get a good solid finish in the next 2.
Picking them up, putting them down. Another podium finish for the 2-car of Ashton Tucker. Ashton, who's out there watching? Who gets you to and from the virtual racetrack?
Oh, just the boys we race with every night. We help each other out and try to get better each night, and thanks to the RBR crew for putting this little series on, and you guys for the broadcast each night and the sponsor tonight. And yeah, I'd like to thank all of them.
Absolutely, and thanks for talking to us here. Finishing P3, looking forward to the final 2. Going to try and get a couple more podiums, maybe even a couple of wins here at to cap off the season here. But man, oh man, capping things off here tonight, the Bullring, putting in 125 laps, picking them up, putting them down, and we are out the door, the Royal Door here, and the production trailer. We will catch you on the flip side. It's going to be Thursday night when we say let's go racing for the NEP iRacing series. We will catch you on the flip side, and when we do, we are going to be doing it live.